Today, I'm going to take you to the birth story of our son in Germany. It has been more than 3.5 years, but now I just take the courage to talk about it in public. It wasn't easy. Even the pregnancy by itself was not that smooth, but yeah, the delivery or the birth was another story which I have to share with some pains, with some learnings, and with a lot of love the time I carried my little son in my arms. It dates back on 11th of June in 2020 when the water burst. We went to the hospital, and the hospital in which we were supposed to give birth said that they don't have a space, and they shifted us to another hospital, which was pretty new to me because I had no idea about that hospital, about the people working there. But yeah, I was positive. They checked and I started having pains. It was the first time, and the pains were so strong that I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. But when the cervix reached about 3, I said, okay, I need a pain killer, and that is epidural. I got it. Through the night, I slept. And then in the morning, next morning, on 12th of June, I started having more stronger contractions. And they stopped the epidural and they said, okay, the baby's coming. But then what happened is that my son turned away his head, and the doctor wanted to check if the oxygen level is okay, if his health is okay, but they couldn't reach his head basically because he had so much hair. So they said, okay, they called the head of the department and few other doctors, and they were discussing to do the C-section because the child was not pushing enough. And then suddenly he started pushing, and then I also started pushing, and the nurses also pushed it, and they had to make a cut so that his turned head could come out. It came out. I could see my little miracle, could take him in my hands. When he was born, the first question I asked my husband was that, is it a boy? Is it a boy? Because we didn't ask about the gender. Somehow I wanted a boy. And then when he was born, a nurse said he has 2 thumbs. And I was like, it's okay if it's more, it shouldn't be less. Yeah, the spontaneous reaction that I could give. And then what happened is that the doctors were worried. There was a lot of blood. And then they sent me to operation theatre because there were 3 cuts in my uterus. Yes. And the blood, I was losing a lot of blood. I was unconscious. The operation took 2 hours. I was unable to see my baby. I was unable to see my husband. My husband had no idea where I am. And then what happened is that after 2 hours, I could see him. The rest I will share in another video.